When you talk of projects, part of the region looks forward to some of these projects, like the Standard Gauge Railway, the oil pipeline. Ugandans, Rwandans, Tanzanians look forward to some of these projects. As a candidate for NASA and also a potential president on Thursday when the election results come, what do you have for the region?
Just really, we ourselves subscribe to the integration of East Africa. And we see in the charter there's really a provision for actually moving towards a federation. This has been elusive for a long time. I think mainly because of lack of will. And I think that our side has also been a contributing factor. We think that this region can only grow much faster if it is integrated. You've got a bigger market, which will then help us to be able to promote bigger development projects in this region. Just as Kenya alone is a very small market, Uganda alone is small, Tanzania alone. But if you integrate these economies, you're talking in terms of 150 million, if you bring Ethiopia, nearly over 200 million people. That is what has actually enabled countries like Pakistan, like India, like China to prosper. So one of the issues that you need to deal with is making it easier for goods to flow across the border, because border trade. There's a lot of rhetoric at the political level, but at the bureaucratic level there's a disconnect. And this is something that needs to be addressed. Secondly, you have the infrastructure, which you need to connect these countries. You talked about mega project here, the SGR. It's one of them. This SGR was conceived when I was a prime minister. It's part of what we call Vision 2030 program. And it was meant to link us with Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, and the DRC, Congo. I used to co-chair a committee between Kenya and Uganda, with the Ugandan then Prime Minister. But then what happened was it was taking a very long, the bureaucracy. Once we've met here, the next meeting must now take place in Kampala, and then thereafter the Ugandan partners are going to brief their cabinet before the cabinet has made a decision, and then this is aside. So we decided that the regional network is the ultimate aim. But Mombasa-Nairobi is a purely Kenyan project. So we decided to treat it as such and market it as such. And we are the ones who actually commissioned consultants to do pre-feasibility study, do the feasibility study, do the design, survey, and even award of the contracts. When the Jubilee government came into power, the contractor had already been appointed. They cancelled the contract. They re-advertised it. They ended up awarding it to the same contractor, but at a much inflated price, over 150 billion shillings more, Kenyan shillings that is. So, but now they are taking it, because from Nairobi it was now supposed to go to Nakuru, to Eldoret, to Kampala, the branch to Kisumu. Now they came up with an idea, a very harebrained idea, of putting an internal container terminal at Naivasha. So they're now extending it from Nairobi to Naivasha, which is somebody's private land. And that means that Ugandans who use it now have to come to Naivasha and then use it and have trucks to take it from Naivasha to Kampala.
If I could ask you now about many regional partners always fear the Kenyan election because of the 2007 precedent. Cabinets in Uganda and Rwanda have already sat and approved fuel for more than 14 days after the election. The fear that this election might boil down into violence. What can you do to allay that fear as one of the candidates in the race?
You know, we have had several multi-party elections since the reintroduction of multi-partyism in in the year 1992. The one which was most contentious was the one of 2007. Ordinarily, Kenyan people are very peaceful people. But then when they are provoked, then they can react. And the elections of 2002, everybody knows that it was massively rigged. When everybody knew that I was going to win, they then stopped live broadcasts of results, and then eventually forced the chairman of the Electoral Commission to announce the fraudulent results. When he was later on asked, "Do you know who won the elections?" he said he did not know who won the elections. People spontaneously protested, came out of their homes on the streets. Then an order was issued by the government of shoot to kill. So they shot and killed very many people. Out of 1,500 people who were killed, 700 died out of gunshots from the police. So Kenyans don't want that violence. Right now, Kenyans still have live with the consequences of that post-election violence. There are still people who have not been settled. There are many people who were wounded, many orphans, many widows, and so on. So Kenyans don't want violence, and you see, last elections there was no violence, although they were contested the results, but there were no violence, and we urge people to accept the ruling of the High Court. We did not agree with it, but we said we respect the court ruling. This time round, we don't see any possibility of violence. We don't see that there will be violence unless they try to really interfere with the elections.
But you have raised some concerns already that there might be attempts to interfere with the election, and some of these were raised by Senator James Orengo at the last rally that NASA had. Have those concerns been addressed, or are you comfortable that IEBC will have a free and fair election?
The IEBC blows hot and cold. They keep on assuring Kenyans that they are prepared for a free and fair electoral process. But on the other hand, there are certain happenings which are worrying. Like you see, we talked about parallel tallying, and this is a normal practice done all over the world. A political party sets up to also tally the results so that you can be able to compare with what is being announced by the IEBC. It's no crime. They have made a lot of noise about this as if something extraordinary is going to happen in the country. Now, the day before yesterday, they raided our setup, our tallying center. And these people were nearly 20. They were all hooded and came in. They beat up the security officer. They vandalized the place. They took computers and all the other items which were there, most of the hardware, and took off. Later on, our investigations confirmed that these were actually police officers from Parkland Police Station, and we even gave their names because we got this from an inside job. A number of police officers don't like to see what is happening. They don't like what they're being made to do. And we gave the names of all those police officers. We have not denied it. They are saying that you have not reported to the police station. But how do you go and report to the police station whose officers are the ones who came to do the raid in the first place? The other time we came up and showed that the military, they were trying to use the military officers to interfere with the election process in certain regions. And we produced authentic documents, letters, which was confirmed by the police spokesperson. No, sorry, the military spokesperson. This military spokesperson was immediately suspended, and only when his family expressed fear for his life, that he had gone missing, was he reproduced again at the defense headquarters.
But if just answer me, the IEBC, are you comfortable that they will have a free and fair electoral process on Tuesday?
See, I don't think that it's just in the hand of IEBC. The IEBC want to do a free and fair process, but there's a lot of interference from the political class, particularly from the intelligence, the National Intelligence Service. So we say that until this country, the National Intelligence Service is delinked from political process and becomes truly professional, it will be very difficult to have free and fair elections.
If we could have now a final question. Many people have been asking, is this your last? Is it your last?
It's not my last, but this is it's going to be the third time I'm winning. You know that I won twice before. This time, I don't think that they're going to rob me of my victory. We will not accept it, and Kenyans will not accept it. Yes, so I'm very confident with the moods of the country, and with what I've seen myself going around the country for the last 2.5 months, that this country wants change, and they believe that I represent that change.
All right, thank you so much for speaking to us.